let's be real for a second. What if the skills that got you to where you are right now just won't get you to where you want to go? We're about to break down the 10 absolute must-have abilities that are going to define who wins in 2026 and beyond. And listen, these aren't just corporate buzzwords. This is the new foundation for how we're all going to work.
You know the drill, right? A new year kicks off, we get all excited, we set these big, ambitious goals, but we bring the same old thinking, the same old toolkit to the job. We end up stuck in this loop of having great intentions, but, well, not so great results.
But this time it really is different. I'm not just saying that. The actual ground is shifting under our feet. The old rulebook for how to work, how to learn, and how to earn, it's officially out of date. Seriously, what worked for you yesterday could actually be a liability tomorrow.
What we're living through right now is a fundamental change in how value gets created in the world. This is a massive shift. And just trying to work harder with the skills you already have, it's not going to cut it. You have to start working smarter.
So it all comes down to a really simple question, but it means everything. Are you actually ready for this new reality? Because the people who are going to absolutely crush it will be the ones who consciously, intentionally build the right skills for this new world.
Now here's the key, and this is the best part. You don't have to master all 10 of these things at once. The research points to something incredible. Just focus on getting really, really good at 3 of these skills, and you can totally transform your entire career, your entire life. The trick is to pick one from each of the 3 categories we're about to dive into. That's how you build a powerful toolkit that works together.
So where do we even begin? Not with some shiny new app or tool, but with our internal code. Our first group of skills is all about mastering your inner game. Think of it like a massive upgrade to your personal operating system. Okay, first on the list is self-management. Look, people always talk about time management, but that's a total myth. You can't manage time. It just goes. The only thing you can ever manage is yourself. In a world literally designed to distract you, your ability to control your focus, your emotions, and your attention, well, that's the rarest and most valuable asset you could possibly have. And this is what it looks like in practice. Self-management, that's the one thing that separates the dreamers from the achievers. It is the engine that turns I have potential into I have results. It's what flips the switch from someday to right now.
You know, it really just boils down to this. Your entire life is just the sum of all your decisions. And in a world that moves this fast, hesitating, that's a form of self-sabotage. The ability to make a clear, confident decision, even when you don't have all the info, that is what's going to set you apart from everyone else.
And wrapping up our inner game is emotional intelligence. You know, as AI gets better at all the technical stuff, our human skills become our biggest advantage. Just being book smart, your IQ, it's not enough anymore. EQ, your ability to understand and influence emotions in yourself and in other people, that is the new power metric for success. It's how you build trust, lead a team, and actually connect with people.
Okay, so once you've got your inner game on lock, it's time to take that mastery and apply it to the world around you. This next batch of skills is all about creating real, tangible success out there.
The first skill for the outer world is a new kind of currency: speed of knowledge. See, it's not about what you know anymore. It's about how fast you can learn something, break it down, and actually use it. In a world that's always changing, the fastest learner always wins. You don't just adapt, you literally evolve in real time.
Next up, let's talk about digital communication. This has 2 critical sides to it now. First, you've got to be able to communicate with crystal clarity to other humans. And second, you have to be just as clear when you're giving prompts and instructions to AI. When you master both, that clarity leads directly to influence, and influence, well, that creates income. And speaking of income, we have to talk about financial literacy. This is completely non-negotiable. If you don't understand the language of money, how to earn it, save it, invest it, and manage risk, you're always going to be controlled by it. Real freedom, it requires financial skill, period. This brings us to the absolute heart of creating value: problem solving. The world doesn't pay you for your time. It pays you for the size of the problems you can solve. You want a bigger paycheck? It's simple. Go find a bigger, tougher problem to solve. All right, now for our final set of skills. And these are a little different. They're not just additive, they're multipliers. They take all the other skills we've just talked about and they amplify their impact, like exponentially. First up is persuasion and storytelling. You could have the greatest idea in the entire world, but if you can't persuade anyone to get on board, you're invisible.
And this isn't about manipulation. It's about connecting with people on a human level, building trust, and making your vision so clear that they can see it too. You know, this slide shows the fundamental choice we're all facing. You can be a worker, doing the same repetitive tasks that AI will eventually, inevitably, take over. Or you can be a creator. See, AI can execute commands, but it can't truly imagine. Real creativity and innovation, the ability to connect dots no one else sees and build something totally new, that is our ultimate, irreplaceable human advantage.
And the final skill, and maybe the most underrated of them all, is consistency. Talent is flashy, motivation comes and goes, but they are both useless without consistency. It's not about making these huge, grand gestures. It's about the simple discipline of showing up and making a little bit of progress every single day. Consistency is what turns ordinary people into absolute legends.
So, as we start to wrap this up, I really want you to hold on to this thought. After everything we've covered, from managing yourself to being consistent, please understand that these aren't just items to check off a to-do list.
They're life weapons. They're the tools that equip you to not just survive, but to thrive in any economy, any industry, in any era. When you master them, you become adaptable, you become resilient, and ultimately, you become unshakable. You become the one constant in a world full of variables.
And that leaves us with one final, very personal question. The person you're going to become in 2026, they're watching you right now. They're hoping you'll choose to start building the skills that will change everything for them. The choice is yours. What are you going to do?